Hello viewers, today we're going to be installing some more landscaping lights out here in the back. Hopefully finish this today. We might have to do some shifting around of different ones. I was going to put a second set back here to finish it off because we're going to run out. But I'm thinking now it might be better to take the ones from the front yard. The ones in the front are the same as these, and then put that different set in the front. This way these all match. And that other set is kind of smaller. Lights are a little bit smaller. Might make more sense for the front anyways. So we'll have to see what we're going to do about that. There's the rest of the lights. I did order some more bulbs, so we'll have enough bulbs to finish. Surprisingly, the same bulbs I got originally were still available, and they're only $9 for a box of 20. So we got some connectors here and the wire. Now I'm gonna go get some cold glue, as I like to fill up the wire nuts with cold glue when we use them outside. Makes them watertight, so the connection doesn't corrode. I'm not really sure what the official formal correct method is for connecting landscape lighting wire. In the outlet, so we have somewhere to use the cold glue. And I'll go grab the cold glue, and then we'll be ready to begin. Cold and damp downstairs here. I'm going to open windows. So I can get some of this humidity out of here. And the cold glue is here. Actually, the box is labeled ambient temperature glue. There is no point taking the whole box out there. That's ridiculous. We'll bring one extra stick of glue. Oh, I gotta plug in the other outlet too. For the lights. Alright, this should be everything that we need. Alright, so what we have to do now, why is this all like that? Okay. What we have to do now is join the wires. I think we were putting these like every about 4 feet. Yeah, 4 feet and change. So we'll put one right around here. But this wire is going to route behind there like that, out of the way. And we'll have to connect this prior to inserting the next light. So I'm going to get the next piece of wire. This is a pretty long piece, so this should last most of the way. Unfortunately, the next piece after this got accidentally cut, so there's going to be a few more breaks than is ideal. So this has terminals on it which connected to the old transformer that I had at the old location. We are not using that transformer anymore, so I'm just going to cut these off. I'll cut this a couple inches in so we can potentially use this as a lead for testing something else or whatever that's not useless. And this is probably maybe 14 gauge wire. So set it to 14. Now let's try 12. No, it's going to be 14. The insulation is very thick on this wire. I'm gonna shut off the transformer now because I don't want it to short out when I cut it. I don't know if this is fused or not. I don't want to find out. I'm going to cut this off like an inch or two just because that part's been exposed to the elements for a while. We'll get a fresh, clean, oh, what is that? We got a Virginia creeper going up there. Remember to come back and get that off of there later. Okay, that's a little bit longer than we need it to be, I think, but it has to be kind of long because the insulation is so thick. Two pieces of it together don't fit under the twist-on wire connector. Is this hot glue gun working? Yes, it is. Okay. I gotta go grab a bucket now, something to sit on. I've got a lot of work to do today. I can't risk kneeling. Okay, the buckets. I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to feed this. Oh, there's a yellow jacket right there. Let's see if that goes in somewhere. We have to do some more elimination here. I canceled out one yellow jacket, yes, yesterday. Nest yesterday, and so then we might find a couple strays today. Rats, missed it. Well, anyways, this is gonna go behind here like this. I'm gonna have to actually make the connection on the other side. And then we'll feed up a light to put it right here. So, put this over there. And hopefully the hot glue gun will retain enough heat to work for a few minutes unplugged. It's gonna have to. The polarity does not matter because we're going to select the polarity in the bulb in each fixture. So, but I suppose it would make the most sense to put it consistent here, and we happen to do that by chance. You know what? I actually could have stripped it back even more. Okay. Put that over there for now. Try to get a better picture of what we're going to do here. And I'm sure it'll get rude comments, and that's fine. It is what it is. The hot glue is warmed up. Let's see how much we can get out of it before it cools off. This is only the low temperature unit, which is adequate for this particular use case. I think this is already cooling off a little bit. It's getting very stringy. It is actually pushing out the glue still just fine. So the objective here is to seal in terms of water input. Make it watertight so that no water gets into the twist-on wire connectors. I think that should work. And I'm sure people won't like that, and that's fine. It's fine for this application. I just noticed that bucket is busted. There's a crack on the bottom. It's not very helpful. It's fine for a stool, but it's not going to work to collect condensation or something. Unbelievable. Not good. That's a Haas bucket. Okay, so let's see how far over this wire will take us. Minus some loss in routing it and going up to the lights. You know what? This is becoming very soft from sitting in the sun. I wonder if I should leave it out in the sun. That might make it easier to work with. That almost certainly will make it easier to work with. This will probably take us over to the tree. This is a good long piece. I want to drag this out into the sun. That'll give us a much higher success rate getting this to fit onto the lights. Although when it cools off, is that going to cause the opposite problem? It's a possibility. I gotta dust these off. They're all filthy. It's going to take a minute for that glue to dry. I'll do a few of these while we wait. Oh, cool. That was probably all not in the frame. This is more like 5. Okay, perfect. Right in the middle there. Alright, that should be dry now. Looks like this kind of ran off too far. Surprised it was that runny. This unit that really doesn't get that hot. I'm gonna shut that off for now. No point paying to run that. We're not gonna use it for an hour. We're already spinning the meter enough today running that Lasko 3733. Alright, so I'll try to hide the wire under the rocks as much as possible. Within a year or two, it'll just get covered in the leaves and the earth will take it back. You won't see it anymore, but for this year, try to do something to cover it up a little bit. Actually, you know what? Might make more sense to just go like that. Yeah, that does make sense. Okay. A little bit more wet than would be ideal right now. That connection. Well, this bucket might not even be useful for a stool anymore. That connection is watertight, but I would rather it not just be sitting in the water, so we'll try to pull it up a little bit. We're going to put the light right about there, I think. Oh, let me turn the transformer back on. That stinking rooster is going ham today. Must be excited that it's over 70 degrees. Oh, rats. This is one of the more difficult aspects of these to get back on. Oh, that actually wasn't too bad. Well, that's the first one we've had break so far. I'm not surprised that that broke. These have been out in the elements for years. I'll have to be more careful. Try to make sure that bottom part doesn't come off on any more of these. make a connection. I don't know why, it looks pretty well centered there. Okay, that time it made a connection. So I'll take that incandescent bulb out and we'll drop in this amber DEL. And we're using the DELs exclusively because I want this color, not because it's allegedly more efficient. Okay. There's the yellow jacket again over there. Almost got it that time. Hate those things, they're nasty. Okay, so it's going to go right around here. And then we can start putting the wire back under the rocks. Or actually, would it be better to just leave that down there like that, pull it back up? That would be less visible. I think we'll do that. That makes more sense. Okay, right in line with that root. Okay, I'll put the next one right here. We have no shortage of wires, so even though this is not the most efficient way to route it, I'm going to route it that way because it'll make it less visible. I gotta add a little more dirt here. It's getting kind of soggy over here. Not ideal. Yeah, this is really squishy over here. It's a little bit early to put one here, but I don't think we have much of a choice with the way the rocks are. It's going to be the same problem here. I have to put one here just because of the way the rocks are. This one's got a replacement bulb in there. Interesting. Now it still has a replacement bulb in there. I wonder if these would fare well in the dishwasher. These have never really been formally cleaned after all these years of being outside. And you could certainly use it. This is looking so great. This is so nostalgic. I don't know why I didn't do this 4 years ago. I didn't really think about it either. I just recently kind of came up with this idea and said, oh yeah, that would look perfect. And it does. Looks phenomenal. And it gets these out from just sitting in the backyard in a box. I think having that wire in the sun is helping, because this seems to be going a lot easier than it was the last time I did this. Now I gotta see what is gonna look better here, this or on the other side. That might be better aesthetically, even though it's not correct in terms of spacing. Yeah, I think this is going to be better like this, because otherwise it looks like there's a massive gap. We're going to put it there, even though that's even less compliant to the spacing. That's why, one of the reasons why I do a lot of things by looks instead of by measurement, because sometimes what's technically better, or technically consistent, is not what looks best. So if you use your eye to determine what looks best, when the project is complete, it'll probably still look best to the same eye. I don't really care what it looks like to a stupid measuring tape. Stupid things don't even have eyes.
Oh no. Huh. The stake just broke. Not good. Well, we have one spare stake from the light that broke. And we can probably glue that. Yeah, I vaguely remember gluing one of these. That might have been the one. Oh, need more soil there too.
And we gotta wash off some more lights. Or just dust them off, I guess. Not washing them. Jeez, this one is really dirty. Oh no.
This one has a crack in the it. Let's swap it with the spare one. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello. Stupid.
This is Alice. How are you doing today?
You're stupid. You're stupid and dumb.
We have been trying to reach you concerning your car. Extended warranty. You should have received something in the mail about your car. Extended warranty. Since we have not got a response, we are giving you final courtesy call before we close out your file. Please say yes to talk with representative.
Don't tell me what to do.
Thank you. Let me transfer your call.
You're an idiot.
Hello.
Hello. Stupid. She sounded like she was in a hurricane. That. The heck? Well, everything was going pretty well. That went on very, very tight. Not great. Okay, next one will go right there. Route this all the way in here to keep it out of the way as much as possible. Don't want to get caught in the lawnmower. I don't really want to see it. Get out of there. Wire is not going to go quite as far as I thought because I'm using it so inefficiently. Oh, our stupid yellow jackets over here. I really don't think that that's going to be a problem though. I think I have plenty of wire. There's still some wire in here. It's not a very long piece, but it's another probably 20 feet. And then there's some wire with the other set, which we're not going to need. And then I have a spool of new wire inside, which I don't even remember what I got that for, but I have that too if we need it. So we got plenty of wire. I'm going to keep using it the way I am. We'll get caught in the lawnmower. Oh, for heaven's sakes. The hello.
Hi, this is Chelsea, and I'm reaching out because we pulled up your Medicare profile, and there's a note here showing your 2026 plan update hasn't been confirmed yet. We just need a quick confirmation from you so your coverage doesn't get interrupted. Just confirm for me, do you have both Part A and Part B?
I don't do anything quick. If you're looking
So
for
it
it.
won't take much of your time. Just want to go over the 2026 benefits. Dental, vision, hearing, drug caps, and payment flexibility. Do you have Medicare Part A and B?
I don't do anything quick. If you're looking for a quick confirmation, you called the wrong person. I do everything slowly. I can.
Let's discuss this at a more convenient time. Thank you. Have a nice day.
You're inconvenient. Don't tell me what to do. Go fart in a bag. Now I'm getting rushed. Now the scam calls want me to rush. Unbelievable. Adding fast leads to wrong sums. Working quickly leads to callbacks. There's no soil here to put this light into. Get out of here, stupid. The spacing is definitely inconsistent, but it doesn't matter. It looks fine because the rocks are all different anyways. One, two, yeah, do four. Four more, I think. That's actually kind of close. Does it need to be that close? I guess that's okay. Could use some more soil over here too. I just hate to add more soil now that the moss has grown. Oh, we gotta join a new wire here. It'll be just after this light. Okay, I'll unplug the hot glue again. And we are actually gonna need that extra stick. And I'll shut the transformer back off. So this piece unfortunately got caught in the lawnmower. So now there's an additional break over here that there really shouldn't be. But it is what it is. So this also has those terminals on it. We'll do the same thing. We'll just cut it back a few inches so that the terminals could be used for something else. We'll keep this so we can use this for something else. Oh dear. Oh, this bucket is almost completely busted. Rats. The cold glue is on my person. Now it's off. I'm gonna have to go get some more DEL bulbs. I only have 3 left. Should have another 40 in the house. So it should be enough to finish this project and anything we do in the front. Or not on the front, on the side. In the side. Actually, I'll go get them while this dries. Now the question comes, where did I put them? Might be upstairs somewhere. Hopefully they're upstairs somewhere. These are dirty. What in the world? Well, we'll see if they work. If they don't work, I'm guessing that maybe they was oh, you know what? The package is all chewed up too. What the joke? Look at that, the package is all chewed up. That's a little ridiculous. And the lights are all dirty. It doesn't really make a difference in my use case, but that's not how a new product should be. That seems kind of close. Was it that one or this one where it's supposed to go? I think it might have been this one. Yeah, that looks fine like that. I'll put it there. Nothing. Wow. Well, it might be because the transformer's not shut on. I'll go shut it on. It is the on. That light's still not working. What gives? There it goes. But come on. Okay, now we gotta make a little more complicated arrangement selections here because this is not consistent anymore. We can probably put two more, and then maybe we'll put one in there. I'm not sure it makes sense to put any over here. See, we have quite a few left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 left. So if we put 1, 2, 3,
I don't want the wire here, so we'll route it around the back. Then we could potentially put a fourth one there. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then we're going to have 12, 13, 14 by that tree in the landscaping. That leaves 2 extra. I think that'll work. And then I have the 10 in the front, which I will go and grab for the fence on the other side, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then maybe we'll put, 9, 10 around somewhere else, and then these 2 extras. Okay, so we're actually gonna have like perfect amount, even though that one broke. Hate when things break. All I do is fix stuff all day. It's constant around here with the stuff breaking. If something works, it'll break. Bucket, perfect example. This broke for no reason. Okay, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Should really kind of go right in front of the rock, and then we'll put another one over there. And I have to get a little crafty with the way the wire routes. You can't bury it, you can't dig because there's too many roots. But I also don't want it to be a tripping hazard either, because then I'll break and the lights will break. So then who's heck's going to fix the lights? I'm trying to put these on here as hard as I can. Hopefully these don't have any reliability issues. They probably will, but at least we tried to avoid it. Is that gonna be too close? Still not completely sure what the correct solution is over here for routing the wire. I don't think that there really is a good one. We're gonna have to deal with the least stinky of the options. We might be able to maybe route this in between. There's kind of like a dip in these two logs there. It definitely stinks to just have this wire kind of sitting here. I don't like that at all. But I'm not really sure what else to do about it. Okay, let's see how that looks in total at this point. Phenomenal. Okay. So now, where should another one go? Can put one there, which would look decent, or we could put one kind of off in here, like that. I think we're going to go with that. And this metal I pulled out to get rid of this, and I never got rid of it. It's a hazard. A health and safety hazard. Okay, so the question becomes, how do we route the wire at this point?
we can just leave it like that. I don't really like. Or we can bring it all the way over like that, which is equally as visible. I don't think that one is necessarily that much better than the other. I think this is less of a tripping hazard though. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. That's less of a tripping hazard. Oh, I gotta wash some more lights. That's the last one. I think I'm going to stick the light right about there. So we'll need to have the wire go like this here. I could always throw some more soil on top of that wire and hide most of it. Now, on the other side here, I suppose I could throw some soil in the back too. Over here, I am going to get some more soil today from another project that will need to go somewhere. Yeah, I'm going to have to just do that, put some more soil here. You know what would be cool over here is if we make use of some of those spotlights, put them on that rock. It would be neat to light up that rock. That is definitely a consideration. So maybe what I'll do then is I'll leave a bunch of extra slack here for the wires to connect to some spotlights. Should we put any more lights here? There's going to end up being a gap there in the lighting, but I think that's okay. Alright, I gotta put the ambient temperature glue back on.
here's the other part of the wire, which unfortunately got damaged. So we'll have to patch that back up. Well, we're actually going to need this extra piece of wire that's in here to feed through to the area by where the drain comes out. So there's going to be some lights over here as well where that willow tree is. That's going to get landscaped. I'm going to cut like a half circle in here, mulch that, and we'll probably put 3 lights in front of it and some spotlights underneath the tree. So we're actually going to make use of, we might end up using all these spotlights then. Which would be good because then I can get the bucket empty and use it for something else. Let's see how many we got here. These were, well, they still are, less reliable than the regular lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so if we keep 3, 4, keep 3 for the rock over here. And then they're not very bright, so they're only still useful. Put 2 in the tree. I guess we could shine a few up the windmill maybe. I'm not sure they'd be bright enough to actually see at night, but it might be worth a shot. What I could also do is get some different bulbs. I don't know why that's orange, but I could get some brighter DEL white bulbs for the rocks. And of course, if this was clean, it would not be so dim. If I recall correctly, these were quite a nuisance to put together as well. In fact, I think these were significantly more annoying than the regular lights. There's nowhere to put that. I'm gonna have to put this spotlight kind of like up here so it's out of the walkway, which means this wire is gonna have to just be like that. Yeah, there was something really convoluted about the way these go together. And I think that it actually doesn't really work the way it's intended to, which is comical.
Yeah, it's supposed to, in theory, what the heck? Push on and then turn back, but there's just no way. Because that would cause a massive slice in the wires, which it's just not going to do. It's on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get different bulbs for that. That's not gonna be bright enough. I'll let that kind of go like that. I'll put some more dirt over there today to cover up the wire. I'm gonna shut the transformer off again. I'll make these connections. I'll just make all the connections at once because we know we're gonna need all the wire. Transformer off. Now this is all sorts of screwed up here. Not good. There's that stupid yellow jacket again. Hate that jacket. There's a sudden influx of mosquitoes. Oh, I'll take those over the stupid yellow jackets. Hate bugs that wear jackets. I need to go retrieve one more pair of twist-on wire connectors. Retrieved. The camera's almost out of charge. Well, quite frankly, so am I. It's almost time for lunch. I probably should have used the high power gun for this, because the glue turns like molten out of that thing, and it would have seeped into this better. But this is getting the job done. It's fine. Okay. That's both connections done. We should be done with the ambient temperature glue at this point. I'm not going to make any more wire connections, at least not today. Cancel all these pieces out. Okay, while that's drying, we'll brush off a few more lights, and then we'll wrap up this session. This light has a repair on it. There's a chip missing, which I glued back with ambient temperature glue. Alright, that should be dry now. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hi, this is Emma calling from the Road Traffic Accident Helpline. We're reaching out to drivers who may be entitled to accident compensation if the accident happened within the last 2 years. Have you had an accident in that time?
Have you? Have you crashed your telephone in that time?
All right, just so I can check if this applies to you. Have you been in a road accident in the last 2 years?
Just so I can check if this applies to you, are you dishonest? Are you stupid? Are you dumb?
Got it. I'll ensure your number gets placed on the do not call list. Thank you for your
Right.
time. Goodbye.
Because that always works perfectly. You're stupid and dumb. Gosh, there's a lot of scam calls today. Not one single call so far today has been legitimate. And for the people that say, oh, you don't get scam calls on the landline, the last 1, 2, 3, 4 out of those 5 calls came in on the cell phone. Only 1 came in on the landline. Okay, so let's put the transformer back on now. Transformer on. It's transforming. So we'll put another spotlight, floodlight, whatever these are called. Actually, you know what I could probably do? I don't know how well this would hold up in the water, but I could probably just get like, you know what used to happen is ants would come in here. I could probably get actual just 12-volt floodlight bulbs and not use this whole cockamamie thing. They're not pointing up, so it shouldn't be a problem. Or maybe it won't be, I don't know. Maybe it will be. Okay, so we're gonna put this one I guess we just kind of put it like right around here. I'll have to cancel that out. I kind of like those plants though. What do we want the next? Well, maybe I'll try to get a 12-volt wedge bulb and have only one on that rock. Because I kind of wanted to have the next path light just to the left there. I think if I get the right bulb, like I'll get one of those bulbs that's similar to what I put in the fiber optic Christmas trees. I might even have one on hand. It's a very similar connection. Or those those might be pinouts. Well, whatever, same concept. I'm gonna leave a little bit of extra wire here just in case we do opt to put a second one in, but I doubt it. Canceling that extra wire. I'm not going to put a second one in. It's not going to look right. Yo, get out of here, stupid jacket wearing thing. Blood-sucking mosquito. Okay. So this, I think we gotta at least have up here. It's gotta stay out of the water. The water level is a little low right now. It can come up several inches. So I think that should be good right there. And today, when I work on that other project, which will yield the soil, I will dump it over here on top of that wire, and that will kind of alleviate that problem. Because that's very much a tripping hazard the way it is right now. Okay, we're down to 10% on the battery. I think the problem is the screen brightness keeps going to 100 even though I tone it down because it's so bright out. That's okay, I'm ready to take a break anyways. Alright, next we're gonna put one right about here. Right where that connection is. Let's see if we stay with the approximately 5 spacing. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that puts it right about there. Is that plastic film? Yes, it is. We'll get that out of there. This area was so sadly polluted. It's pathetic. People don't take care of the land at all. I have pulled out so many pollutants and garbage and this, that, and the other from here. It's in much better condition now. Okay. Wouldn't mind having one like right around here. Potentially we'll cut into that wire and maybe do that somehow. Okay, put one right there. This area here is all land I built up. I raised it about 15 inches. So the ground is not super solid yet. See, it's kind of a little dodgy as the roots are still taking time to fill in. So hopefully those lights don't fall over. They might. 4, 5. I like that sound when I was opening up. It reminds me of that game that I couldn't get on video. That's a whole nother debacle. Are we gonna have enough? That seems like it's getting used up a little faster. 1, 3, 4, 5, 2, 1, 2, 3. No, I guess not. Okay, never mind. It'll be fine. This one sounds like spray paint. There's an extra bulb in there. It's kind of odd. I don't know what that is. There might be a reason, so I'm going to leave it there. Maybe the fixture was unreliable or something. There's a stinking owl. That's fine. I don't mind that sound. It's the screaming that I hate. That sound doesn't bother me at all. It's not working. So there might be something flaky about this fixture here. Yeah, I have a feeling that this fixture is busted or something. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Well, we'll see. Keep an eye on that. I'm going to leave both those in there as a reminder that something is potentially flaky here. This way, if it stops working and I go look at it later and say, oh, it's the flaky one. And if it keeps being flaky, then maybe we'll just replace it. If I can get these done up to the windmill, I'll be content with that as a stopping point. This one is very dirty on the inside too. That's kind of strange. What the heck? This is not making a good connection. Ow! This bucket is becoming less and less useful. This just isn't fitting very tight. Yo, get out of here, stupid bloodsucker. I don't know why that's such a loose fit. That might be a problem. In a couple weeks, that wire will get taken back by the grass and the weeds, and you won't see that anymore. But for now, that's very ugly. Wow, it's wet there. Huh. It's still taping. This has got to be on the final percentages of the battery. It's usually pretty good about saving the video when the battery gives out, but it always makes me nervous. 5. You know what I should probably do? I should probably stop it. At least let it save the long clip, and then if it gets screwed up the short clip, whoop-de-doo. Perfect timing. It has only 1% left. Well, we'll see how far that percent goes. I'll just install this one last light and then we'll take a break for lunch. So if it gives out, you're not missing much. What the heck is that? It's kind of strange. All right, did I get it? Okay, I'm recharged, and so is the camera and the microphones. So now we have a bit of a dilemma here at the end, because 2, 3, 4, 5 puts us to right about here, and then that's only 1, 2. Actually, that's not that far off. Maybe we don't have as much of a dilemma as I thought. Are we going to have enough wire for... No, we're not going to have enough wire, so I'll have to tap into my other spool. Which is not a big deal, that's fine. In fact, well, I have to anyways over there, so that's fine. We'll do that. So we just need 2 more. I have one that's clean and one that's dirty. stinking busted bucket. Those are extremely invasive. I try to take these out of here. I like these ferns better. I'll choke out the ferns. Okay. The transformer's not on. I guess it must have gone on lunch too. It's on. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 left. We're gonna use 3. That leaves us 4 left. I think there's 8 or 10 in the front. So we'll have just the right amount. Wow, look at all this junk here. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Hello. 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 Bogus. And that came in on the cell phone. We have to move that one over. Don't look right. We gotta move that one over a little bit to compensate for this. See, I had measured this, but by eye it's not correct. It should be there. Okay. I'm not going to set up the last three yet. Put the mulch in first, and then we'll set that up. So that's our stopping point on this project for now. It's not the end of this project. This is where we're going to stop for today. So what we'll do is we'll put an additional 3 in over here once I put the mulch in. Oh my gosh, can you tone it down? I'm trying to record video and audio. And then I'll put a spotlight somewhere around there which will shine on the windmill. I have to say I'm not liking these as much as I like the ones up against the water. Maybe that opinion will change, maybe it won't, and we'll take these out. Time will tell. I think once that wire gets buried under the grass, I'll like it more. I'll have to get a different bulb for this light. And I'll put some dirt there to bury that wire. I could put some dirt there to bury that wire as well. Maybe I'll do that. Very cool. Oh, there's a yellow jacket. Rats. Well, that's not good. It's just the root just got damaged. Later, we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more lights. And I think we'll have a handful leftovers. Maybe we'll put one, put one over here and with the ferns or something like that. Maybe put one over here, and maybe put one in here somewhere. But this is really nice. I like this a lot. It's coming out really good. I don't really want to put them along here because it'll just become a maintenance nightmare with the grass. Alright, so that's it for this episode. Now I've got this bucket back. I can do something else with this bucket. A few lights left, but we'll use those up. And I'm not sure what we're going to do with these spotlights. Might use those in the front by the hosta garden perhaps.